Hello everyone, my name is Niw. So a few weeks ago I had a couple of really terrible days. We had a few holiday days and I was really pumped to get a lot of editing done, and then my hard drive crashed and burned and I lost a ton of raw footage and I was very sad. So as a kind of retail therapy, we rolled on over to Dongdaemun craft markets. I had a list of supplies I needed for different projects, which I ignored in favor of just buying a bag of beads. The bead shop in Dongdaemun markets that I specifically like to visit is called Lua, and it's in Bead building in lot 5087. We showed this place in our video about Dongdaemun craft markets a few months ago. It's got a lot of quirky stuff that's already prepped ready for making accessories, so it's an awesome place to stop by if you're not feeling after fiddling around too much. Majority of the supplies are plastic beads, enamel charms, Lego charms, and various basic supplies. I suppose I should show you what I got, huh? I have a rainbow's worth of small iridescent? Are they iridescent? Small beads, and then I got some ones slightly bigger in red and blue. Then I also got a rainbow of clear heart-shaped beads. I feel like I should be transparent and say the bead shop was rather crowded at the time I was hunting around in there, and once I decided to get these beads, I just started dumping anything that looked fun into a basket since I was starting to feel like I was in the way. So if you're like me and you don't like feeling like you're being crowded or rushed or you're getting in someone's way, best mentally brace yourself before entering Dongdaemun craft markets. Lua has a lot of Lego figures that they've turned into charms, specifically a lot of superhero characters and things like Harry Potter. I got my favorite Marvel characters, Iron Man and Spider-Man, and I couldn't resist this cute little Harry Potter and Hedwig set. They're really affordably priced too. I mean, I'm not really sure how much a little Lego figure by itself would usually go for. I've got Harry just hanging on my desk, but I'm gonna make a couple of little superhero necklaces. I'm also gonna pull out a bunch of stuff from my own stash. Some transparent plastic thread I originally bought for sewing sequins, an assortment of chains and closures, mostly from previous visits to Dongdaemun or from online. The bag of pearls Malice bought me for Christmas last year was still going strong on these. A set of seed beads that cost probably 10 bucks-ish. And this huge container of mini Legos that used to be Lego figurines before I moved house and tucked them all into the same container. You can see the sad remains of Transformers, Alice, Mickey Mouse, Jessie, Conan, the list goes on. I've been super keen to turn them into accessories for ages because I think mini Legos are super adorable. From the get-go, my plan was to do a bunch of long necklaces because I know myself and I know most days I don't want to muck around with clasps, and I also hate having necklaces tight around my neck. I think that's a good tip for making jewelry in general. Figure out what you like to wear, because inevitably, even if you make the most gorgeous necklace in the whole of the internet, it's not going to matter if it's always tangled with your hair and driving you mental, so you never wear it. So after making a quick bead potion, I got stuck into making some necklaces for no good reason other than I wanted to. The first necklace I made was what I'm calling my Slytherin Pride necklace. In the spirit of being loose and easy with it, I just picked out a bunch of green and silver beads from what I had. Usually when you're making necklaces, I see a lot of people who use super glue at the beginning and end of the necklace to ensure your knots don't slowly come undone. But I'm pretty sure I'm violently allergic to super glue, so we have to figure out workarounds. I usually double over a long piece of thread and use the first bead at the end of the string of beads. This green Slytherin necklace also starts off with a string of beads and then splits to make the necklace that goes around the neck. When it's finished, it looks a little like this. As if to spite me and my low-stress crafting plans, I decided to add some short lengths of silver chain to the back of the necklace, and that ended up being a chore and a half. I got there in the end, but I have like 20 minutes of footage where I tried various different size jump rings and wire before finding something that would work. To finish it off, I found a Slytherin house charm Malice picked up for me a couple of months ago and added that to the end. And I think she also got that from Dongdaemun. It's for a Slytherin themed project I've been unsuccessfully working on, but I can borrow it for this necklace for a little while, I think. My next necklace was something I've been thinking about for ages and finally put into action. When I first got my Dremel tool, I tested it out by mounting some screw-in jump rings into some mini Legos to make charms. This time, I just wanted to drill a small hole in either end and turn them into beads. If you don't have a Dremel tool, these mini Legos are actually pretty thin, and you can probably use the same method I used in my LED rhinestone mask. Take a thick sewing needle, heat it over a tea light, and it should melt through the plastic. Just make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. and also make sure you're a responsible adult with a steady hand. After that, it's as simple as passing the thread through the Lego beads with a thin needle. I checked what size bit I should use to accommodate the needle before I started, so the holes were big enough. Yay! Also, to get around my total ban on super glue, I glued the ends of the thread into one of the Lego pieces with hot glue so the whole thing doesn't come apart on me anytime soon, hopefully. At this point, I was getting tired of stringing beads, so with a little bit of magic, I made a few more. Necklaces, that is. I made some rainbow necklaces using the beads from Dongdaemun and some of my seed beads. Give that a mix and voila! Some rainbow necklaces to go with the Lego one. These were just fulfilling my desire to own a bunch of rainbow necklaces. I tried making them at different lengths so I could layer them and wear them together. Next, I threw a few Spider-Man colored beads into my soju cauldron and gave that a stir. Ta-da! Spider-Man necklace. Then I did an Iron Man with some big old heart beads and a lot of shiny gold and red. I was gonna use yellow, but I changed my mind since Iron Man isn't really yellow, he's gold. I didn't have a whole lot of gold stuff to use since I'm more of a silver kind of girl, so I threw in some gold chains. Give that another stir with the magic wand, and we have a lovely Iron Man necklace. I'm not sure I'm sold on the gold chain in the middle, but the whole idea was to have fun and experiment, so I'll give it a pass. And that was my retail therapy and craft project done. I now wear these pretty much every day. I wear a lot of boring jumpers to work, and I like these because I can just throw them on and jazz up an outfit. I also made a necklace which was meant to be inspired by Key's Bad Love album, since that came in the mail while I was making necklaces last week. And I also made a purple one because that's my signature color now, I guess. Now that the world is opening up again and travel is going to be on the card, more and more people will be able to check out the craft markets as part of their travels. Remember to bring cash since no one will accept card. And wear your walking shoes. Have a great week, everyone. Bye bye!